I heard about the trade on Facebook, and I feel it's actually kind of a good move.
So it was breaking news last night, I believe, at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock p.m. news.
Oh, I got the alert on my phone. I saw it. I knew he was probably going to get traded.
Oh, man, I have all these nice, lovely people in town. They get rid of our best player. What do we do now? I mean, who do we watch now? I don't even know. I'm not too happy with this team right now, and I'm real frustrated. We're out here doing business for the team, and now we have nothing, and hopefully it'll lead to some bigger and better things. But all we can do is sit back and keep rooting for them and hope something comes in the near future.
I'm just so disappointed and heartbroken that he's leaving us for the 49ers.
Heartbroken.
Robbie lived in my building. You saw that one coming. That was kind of obvious. People started talking about, they should probably let McCaffrey go somewhere where he can actually be rewarded for all his hard work, because let's face it, he was putting in 80 to 90% of all the offense for that team, and anybody's going to get banged up, even especially somebody as small as he is.
It's about damn time. He should have went a long time ago. He's been too loyal. The Panthers haven't showed him the same respect, putting the team around him necessary to succeed, and it's like a relationship. It goes both ways.
I really am heartbroken. Like, literally, when I saw it on the game, I was like, this isn't real.
Yeah.
So I went on the app, and I was like, this is real. I was really disappointed.
Kind of mixed emotions. I mean, I think it's probably the best. I mean, we need more than a running back to be competitive, and probably best for Christian, too. He gets to go back where he went to college and be on a winning team. So I'm a big McCaffrey fan and hated to see him go, but, at the end of the day, it's probably best for both parties. So
I've been a fan since the beginning, and I'm really sad and sorry to see him go, but I understand and just hope we get some really good picks with all the draft picks we got for him, and wish him all the best for sure.
It's really disappointing that they're really kind of selling off the roster and everything, but the 49ers think they can win now. They're trying to do what the Rams did and selling their future for a Super Bowl now, so let's see how it goes.
I mean, I feel like it's over for you, feel me? Like, that was our last resource, for the Panthers. He was an official running back, and I just feel like it's over. They said they're going to give us a couple of drafts or whatever. It's not enough. It's over.
Well, here, I'm from Charlotte, but I'm also from Green Bay, Wisconsin, so I don't like the fact that he's traded to one of our rivals because he's that good. I have no idea why they let him go, but I wish him the best of luck.
He turned his back on Stanford for whatever reason he had, afraid of getting hurt. Christian McCaffrey's a good player. I'm not taking anything away from him. I'm just saying that I don't think he has his head on the right place. And he has been accident prone here in Charlotte. He's been injured a lot, and he will continue to be because he's like me. He's not real big.
I mean, I'm just wondering if there are going to be more trades, So it's just not very stable over there, it doesn't seem like. With Robbie Anderson gone and now McCaffrey. So we'll just have to kind of see what happens next. I hope they keep the young defensive players.
I wouldn't say that Carolina's tanking the season, but they have an opportunity for a first-round draft pick if they have a losing season, which they already have now. I think it's a wise move.
So Christian McCaffrey is a good player when he's got his head on right. But other than that, he needs to get it together mentally, I think, before he'll ever find his real success.
If he's got a front line and he's got an offense, they got a high-caliber player. Because he took the abuse because we didn't have the team. If he's got the team behind him and he's got a quarterback behind him, they get a chance for the Super Bowl.
Not at all. Not at all confident. Unfortunately, I think I'm concerned that maybe the owner's getting involved in some of the decision-making process with players that maybe he shouldn't. That's just a guess. I don't know that for a fact, but I don't hold out much hope that they're going to be able to really turn it around in the next couple of years. But I'd love to see it.
I'm going to be honest. I mean, the backup, Hubert, is fine, but I don't think anything compares to Christian McCaffrey, to be honest. So it's going to be kind of a pick for next season, I guess.
I think it's time to start getting a lot younger players and start building for the future. And you got to get new players because of the new coaching staff coming in. So it's just the natural progression.
My favorite memory is he's carried our team for the last 3 years, even though he was injured. he's carried our team for the last 3 years.
Oh gosh, I don't know. I have a single best, but I just love it when he does all those flips into the end zone and that sort of thing. Even though I know that's probably what got him hurt, but it's just exciting to watch.
They're all bad because they always were against the Packers, but he's very, very good player. I wish San Fran the best of luck, and I'm sorry that Charlotte lost.
I'll always be a Panthers fan. I'm born and raised here, but it's sad. Come back. Please. Please come back. You make the Panthers.
The Buccaneers come into this matchup with a chip on their shoulders after a 2018 loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers last Sunday to bring them up to the 500 mark, while the Carolina Panthers are still searching for their second win of the season. Add 2 big trades to that mix, and it makes for an uphill battle for interim head coach Steve Wilks, especially since the last time these two teams met under then head coach Matt Rule, the Bucs stumped the Panthers 41-17 to close out the 2021 season. So they'll definitely be looking for a way to set things straight today. Welcome to the Carolina Football Report here on ADSN. Week 7, Carolina hosting the Tampa Bay Bucs, and it's really, really important to see if the Panthers can come up with their second win of the season. The first player to enter the storm was Robbie Anderson, who was sent to the Arizona Cardinals, but the blockbuster deal of the season so far was Christian McCaffrey being traded to San Francisco. The deal will leave a considerable hole to fill. ADSN's Kevin Casey has more on the trade and the reaction from team general manager Scott Fitterer.
Well, the Carolina Panthers have started the trade season early. They have moved on from Christian McCaffrey, star running back, in the middle of a second contract, and that's a key point, second contract. They have traded Christian McCaffrey to the San Francisco 49ers for a bevy of draft picks, and I have to think that it's a good situation for the Carolina Panthers that they got value in their picks for Christian McCaffrey. He had only played in 10 games coming into the preceding 2 seasons. He's played sporadically in the current system. So I don't know if you think that it's a great move. Some people will say, oh, he's the best player and all that. But think about it. He's brittle. He's been hurt. The team has won 1 game. They are in the asset acquiring mode. And so they need to move on. So here's the deal. For Christian McCaffrey, the Panthers get a 2nd round, 3rd round, and 4th round pick this year and an additional 5th rounder the following year. So that actually is a good trade for the Carolina Panthers. And General Manager Scott Fitterer met the media today, and our cast of thousands at ADSN was there, and we've got reactions.
I think it's special. I think he was like I was saying earlier, he's an impactful guy. Just that he's a special guy in this community. He's an absolute warrior as a player. He's everything that you want from a makeup standpoint. It's kind of the guy we look for. That's why it's so hard to move on from a guy like him, because it's, I understand, all the factors that go into this. That was a lot of the discussion we had, is like, why do we move on from this? And why we moved on is we had to do what's best for the organization. How do we get the most value? How do we build this team with the vision that we have moving forward? So that's why we did it, but it's hard. We got to a point where 2 teams were pretty serious, went back and forth with them, and then it just got to a point where we thought this is what was best for the organization moving forward, that this is the right move. It's a tough move, because when you have someone of Christian's stature in the community, the type of player he is, the type of person he is, it's really tough to move on from him. Great guy, really handled it well. But really for the organization, moving forward, we felt it was the right decision and the right value for what we have planned moving forward. I think there's certain players on this team. We like the young core of our team. We're building. This isn't a situation where we're trying to sell. We're trying to add players to this already really good young mix. Guys like Burns, guys like Brown. We'll always listen, but I want those guys here. These are guys that we win with moving forward.
All right, well, you heard from Scott Fitterer and Assistant General Manager Dan Morgan, very involved in this process. They both work together in Seattle. I think they're doing a very good job. with the Panthers in the asset recovery mode. And it's not over. We just heard from Scott Fitterer. There's probably going to be some guys that are still going to be moved, but he also had touched on the fact that some of the young core guys in the organization will not be moved. DJ Moore just signed a second contract. Shaq Thompson in a second contract. I'd look for him to probably be gone. He has some injury concerns. DJ Moore, very coveted. Brian Burns, a first-round pick from a few years ago, highly coveted. I don't think that Carolina should move on from him, but as Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, said, everyone's got a price. So we'll see what else Carolina has in store for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and beyond for the rest of the season. Speaking of the Bucs, head coach Todd Bowles has said that safety Mike Edwards is on track to return this week against the Carolina Panthers, but did say that Julio Jones, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Akeem Hicks, Cameron Brate all out for this weekend, so that's going to sting Tampa Bay. It's going to be a competitive game. Carolina, Steve Wilks bringing in cohesion and discipline. I like the job coach Steve Wilks is doing, but right now Carolina is at the very beginning stages of a rebuild. They're now trying to remove players, trade them to contenders to get assets as in draft picks and younger players, and we'll look forward to that. But we'll keep you up to date with the latest developments on the trade front for Carolina. For ADSN, I'm Kevin Casey.
As Kevin alluded to, McCaffrey leaves a big void. Of course, it's going to be real challenging in that backfield. Dante Foreman is ready to step up.
Somebody else got to step up, We got to take over the room and, just do what we could do to help this team. Still got a long season, still got plenty of games to play, so, we can't just focus on that. We got to focus on the next game and, just what we could do to get better and find a way to improve. We're just trying to win. Guys are trying to get better. Like I said before, those guys in that locker room, nobody's quit, nobody's giving up. We still got a long season to play. If we go out there and handle our business, we still got a long, division. We can still go win our division. You know what I mean? We still want to know in the division right now. So, still positives out there. We just got to look at those positives and take away from that. You know what I mean?
Now, the Panthers' defense has been the bright light so far this season. This week's injury report saw a lot of defensive names on it that remain questionable going into today's game. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at ADSN Carolinas for any game updates related to today's lineup. But some of the concerns for this week, despite their full participation on Friday, are C.J. Henderson. Donte Jackson, coming back from that ankle injury, is also questionable. Sean Chandler is questionable, as is J.C. Horn and Frankie Louvu. Matt Ioannidis, who did not practice on Thursday or Friday with that neck injury, is listed as doubtful. Derek Brown was listed on the report this week, but his absence was for personal reasons. Panthers defense will certainly have their hands full with Tom Brady and company. Aside from the struggles against Cleveland's Nick Chubb that drove up the stats of yards allowed, they've done a great job limiting the run this season against some of the top rushers in the NFL, including Giants running back Saquon Barkley and Alvin Kamara of the Saints. The defense has managed to earn the 12th spot in yards per attempt at 4.23. One of the folks responsible for that success is defensive tackle Derek Brown, who the team believes has a future that is getting brighter with every rep.
I talked to Derek, and we even spoke in the team meeting for us calling him out with some of his plays. Derek really doesn't know how great he can be. I'm very pleased with his progress the last couple of weeks. Really, taking on the double team, splitting it, doing a great job for us, getting push up the middle, what we call gap and a half, shed, making plays in the backfield. So I'm excited where he is. We got to continue to progress and grow. But he's definitely a good player for us.
Derek Brown has been truly dominant. Everything that we knew he was, from the time he got here, he's showing it. He's been consistent. He's been very coachable, and he's been a coach too. He helps out guys, and he also seeks help, and he asks a lot of questions. But this is no surprise to us. I've been his teammate for 3 years now, and it's no surprise to me that the success he's having, because he never slacked off the work, and he always wanted to be one of the most dominant players in the league, and he's definitely on the verge of being one of the most dominant defensive players in this league.
I feel like I played decent this year, but it's so much more that I want to reach, and a lot more things I'm trying to obtain from the season. So we're only 1/3 of the way done right now. So we still got 11 more games, so, that's what I'm focused on.
Switching gears to the Buccaneers, they have firepower on both sides of the football, but it has dwindled as of late. Tom Brady has not looked like the GOAT in recent weeks. In the loss to Pittsburgh, Brady threw for 243 yards, 1 TD, and garnered an 87.8 rating. Not bad, but not GOAT-like numbers. Fournette is eating up targets like Skittles, while Mike Evans starts for them. Throw in the O-line miscues, and all that equals the offense ranked 20th in the league. The Bucs are ranked 3rd in sacks this season with 21. They are 6th in quarterback hits and will definitely challenge Walker as he tries to pilot the Panthers' fragmented defense that will have to do it without Christian McCaffrey's 4.6 yards per carry. The defense will have a little less than normal, though. Akeem Hicks is up this week, but William Golston and Levante David will still be ready to be up to the pressure. We'll be back here for the Carolina Football Report here at Bank of America Stadium. Stay with us.
At Heslop Wealth Advisors, our goal is to help small businesses develop quality retirement plans for their employees through our Lunch and Learn seminars. We provide lunch and learning tools to help your company succeed and unmatched customer service.
Welcome back to the Carolina Football Report here on ADSN. Make sure you tune in to Chopping It Up with Buck every Friday on ESPN Radio, also on our flagship site, ADSN1.com. As the Panthers try to get their second win of the season, here are my 3 keys to the game. Keep constant pressure on Tom Brady. That Bucs offensive line is still struggling. Also win the turnover battle on defense and finish strong in the fourth quarter, staying focused all the way through from whistle to whistle. We're set for Week 7's divisional matchup with the Buccaneers here at Bank of America Stadium. Carolina is certainly starving for a second win of the season. Stay with us. We'll be back for the postgame.